Hello, my name is Eduardo Cortez, and I am one of the Capstone 2 members working on the I Care for Baby Boomers application. This app is available for iOS, Android, and as a web application. To begin with, we'll start by showcasing how a human actor, in this case the baby boomer, can sign up and begin using this application. So, once you're on your Android device, iOS or web application, you will go and open the app. You will be welcomed by the home page where you can sign in using your email and password. However, if you don't have an account and you need to create one, you can just go down here and click on sign up. On the sign up page, you can fill in your information: first name, last name, phone number, email, password, confirm. All this will be validated, so it's going to make sure that you're not inputting different passwords and make sure that everything is valid. So in this case, however, we're not going to be selecting the I am a caregiver. That's going to come later. So if we don't select this option, then we're just going to create an account as a baby boomer, and our menus and pages are going to be slightly different than if you were a caregiver. So anyway, you can also check the service and privacy policies down by clicking here and reading. And in my case, I already created an account, so we're just going to go back, and then we're going to sign in with the account that I already made as for a baby boomer. And then we click sign in, and then we're going to be welcomed. Welcome, Eduardo Cortez, that's my name. And then you're going to see here that we have a few different stats, right? Heartbeat, 70 BPM, blood pressure. Currently, we're not collecting data, but if we were, this would show the latest data for your heartbeat and blood pressure, which can be very important for people who have very high blood pressure and are concerned about their heart health. Anyway, we can scroll down, and then we can see the medications widget down here. So in the medications widget, you can scroll, and depending on the day, because you can add reminders based on day, you will see different medications. And so for today, we have Advil and a tropical cream for psoriasis. And as you can see, for Advil, we need to take 400 milligrams. And it says to take with a lot of water, otherwise you might get in trouble. And then for the tropical cream, it just says 4 grams, and then apply at night. So this is what the user wanted to be reminded of, and some of the notes that they might write. And then down here, daily steps, where you will be able in the future to see how much you're walking, to make sure that you're getting enough cardiovascular exercise, improving your cardiovascular system, all that. And you can also download the report, so you can get all this information in an easy to see report that you can send to your caregiver, to your doctor, and anyone who might be interested in your health or you might want to show. Now, if we go all the way back to the top, we can see the Contact a Caregiver button. Here, if we select this button, Contact Caregiver, we will be prompted with a message that says, if there's an emergency, please contact 911. So if it's a life-threatening emergency, please call 911. Otherwise, if it doesn't feel life-threatening, then we can continue. And then here, you're going to see the caregivers that you have added to your caregivers page. So if you haven't added a caregiver to your page, you will not be shown the caregiver here. So these are the caregivers that I have selected for this account. So for example, we can say, so we're going to select this caregiver, and then here we can select how severe this emergency is. So we can say it's mild, and we can say, maybe you're feeling lightheaded and have a cough. What should I do? And then you can just type that, feeling lightheaded and have a cough, what should I do? So this will then, see here, you can see a quick summary of everything that you selected. We click send, and it says you're thanked for your message. This message will now go to your caregiver on their version of the application. So we will be seeing that later. So then we can click on the burger icon up here in the top left corner, and then we can see the other pages that are available. Here we have the blood pressure page. The blood pressure page, again, we're not currently collecting data, but in the future, if we were collecting data, you would see the latest measurement for your blood pressure, and then you can click on history to see your blood pressure by days, months, and years. And it's very important information, but again, we're not currently collecting, so these are just example graphs for how a baby boomer might be able to see the information. But this can be very useful for your doctor or a caregiver to make sure that there's no spikes or anything that they need to be on the lookout for. And similarly, you can go to the heart rate page, and the heart rate page you can see very similar information, your beats per minute, which again, this would be information collected using a smartwatch or a similar device attached to a wrist. And then you can also see the history tab here with the days, months, and years. And you can see all these beautiful graphs with all the data that might not be relevant to the user per se, but again, this could be shown to a caregiver, doctor, or anyone who's taking care of the user. Now, if we go back to the navigation bar and then we click on the icon, we can see that we have a few more pages. We have the medications page now. On the medications page, this is very important because this is where the user can add reminders from the medications that they might need, and then these are going to be shown over here in the dashboard, depending on whether or not the current date has any reminders. So you go back here, we can see we have Advil, we have tropical cream for psoriasis, and then we can see we have a few other things for other days. So if we just go to today, you can see it's July 28. There we go, and then you can click down here, right on the plus button. This will take you to open up a form where you can add a new medication to be reminded of. So you can add, let's say you need to take some Tylenol for some migraines, headaches, and you can say take 500 milligrams. And we can say take with water and take them out and after a meal, for example. A quick reminder, everyone's different, so you can just add anything that you think is must remind for this medication, and then you can choose a time. So I like to usually get them around 9 p.m. so you can just set the time for 9 p.m. and then down here we have the dates that you can be reminded on. So let's say you have constant migraines, a headache, so you want to take Tylenol every day. So 500 milligrams is a decent dosage, so we can take it on a daily basis. And then once we selected all the different dates, we can then go down here and just confirm. And then as you can see, since we added it for every single day, now Tylenol is up here. So 9 p.m., 500 milligrams, and take with water and after a meal, ideally. So if you're having a late dinner, that you could do that. Obviously, you can just delete the reminder if this reminder does not apply anymore to you, or you're changing your schedule. So you can just get rid of it and it's gone. And if you, as I was saying before, if you add a reminder, it will also be showcased on the dashboard. So quickly, we're just going to see, so we have the medications, right? These are the original ones for today. And then we can see, we scroll, right? We can see Tylenol, and then here's the other one. So we know we have Tylenol to take today. And that's it for the medications page. Well, and I guess you can also, check ahead by a decent amount, and then you can remove anything that you might not need on a daily basis as you go. So anyway, now to the caregivers page. Over here, we can see the current caregivers that we have added to our account, as shown previously. If you add caregivers over there, you will see them here when sending an emergency message. So right now I have 2 caregivers. So let's say I want to add one more caregiver. I just go to the plus button here, click on the ellipsis icon over here, and then click add caregiver, and then it's going to get added to my page. So once I go back, you can see Jasmine Restrepo is over here, added to my page. And for example, if I had some concerns, so again, not life-threatening, because if they are, then please call 911. You will select, you can select here to contact the, you can select here to contact the caregiver that you have currently chosen, and you can say, you can say hi, hello. Maybe they're new and you just want to say hi, or you can say feeling sluggish and wondering and then you can just send any concerns that you might have. So right now we send this to Eduardo, and he, from his side, he can respond to us. We can also, if we don't feel like texting and we want to have a direct conversation, we can also click on the phone icon, and then this is going to open our phone's phone application. Then we can call or add as contact the caregiver that we have just added. We can also just go here and delete the caregiver. If we delete the caregiver, then that caregiver will no longer show up on the dashboard whenever we have an emergency. So again, if we go back here, emergency button, now we can see Jasmine is added. So we can also add her. So in case we have an emergency, we can contact her. And it's very nice, very simple UI. So baby boomers should have no trouble using it. Now, lastly, we have the profile page, a very important page, because this is where all your information will be stored and can be changed. So we can, if you have access to a camera, right now I'm using an emulator, so I cannot take any pictures. I don't have any pictures I can use, but if you have any pictures you want to use as a profile, you can take it with your camera or access your gallery, and then it'll just get assigned. You can see your name here, and then there's a couple of options you can select from this page. For example, a change email option, very straightforward. Click on the link on the button, and then you enter your new email. So you can just add the new email, johndoe@gmail.com. Then you select update email, and you're gonna get notified by email, and then it's gonna change your email. And then we're gonna go back. I'm not gonna change it. There's no need. And then the second option is the update password option. Here you have to input your old password, and then you have to put your old password. If you don't type them in correctly, you're not going to be able to. In my case, I have no need to change my password, so I will not continue trying to change it. But this is we have verification in place to make sure that your password is changed, and you don't mess up when doing so. So anyway, you go back, and then we can, on our third option, we have the update address option. This option, you can add a home address. That way, during an emergency, a caregiver can contact you or contact an ambulance or whoever needs the information, so they can send help, send medications, depending on the needs of the baby boomer. So if we want to add an address, you can go here, and then we just type our address. We can do anything. So then apartment or house number, if you have one, you can type house 10, city, you can use Miami, state, and then we have validation in place to make sure that all these are actual places, so you can't just type so we have validation, so you can't type random values. Otherwise, your address would we wouldn't want the caregiver to have some incorrect address that they cannot use in case of an emergency. That could be dangerous to a baby boomer who might need the help. So anyway, we put in the information, we click update, and then as you can see, the address gets added over here. But let's say we made a mistake, right? So we wrote GJ right instead of Florida. So we can just delete the address, and we can go back. We can add the correct address, and then we can just update it here, and then boom. We should definitely add a feature where we can easily edit it, but for now, this is the how we add addresses that can then be seen by caregivers for many reasons, or yourself in case you want to remind yourself of different addresses that you might need for delivery of medications and so on. And then after that, the fourth option is the emergency contact. This is an important one because this is in case of an emergency, your caregiver or yourself can be reminded of very important individuals who you might want to contact in case of emergencies. So right now we have Bob and Steve, right? So we can go ahead and click on the plus button down there on the page, and then we can add someone. So we can say, so we can add our friend Steve Jobs and his phone number, And then as you can see, now we have Steve Jobs as a contact in case of an emergency. So we have the phone number, but not only that, we also have the option to, if we click on the button right there, then we can access our phone's phone application, and then we can make a call immediately. So we don't need to, we can quickly make a call in case of an emergency, or if we just want to talk. So I'm going to delete some of these. I want to delete this, so you can just remove them if you don't need the emergency contact anymore. Anyway, we go back, and then the last option on the profile page is the delete my account option. Delete my account will delete everything on your account, all data. There's no backup. So once you do this, it's gone. So you're going to get a small warning on the page, delete my account, and then you're going to have to input your password. However, if you input a wrong password, it's not going to work. You're going to get an error saying that please try again, the password you've entered is incorrect. Why? Because we want to make sure that people don't delete their accounts by accidents. That would be very bad, and as a baby boomer, you could be forgetful, misclick, many things can go wrong, and you could easily delete this. So we have a password protection in place, so an extra step to make it harder to just delete all your information. So anyway, if you put the right password in, then you're going to be able to click on delete my account, and it will delete all your data. So your account will no longer be on the Firebase database. And that is the delete my account. So if we go back, yep, that's all the different options that are available. So we've gone through all the different pages. And then lastly, we have the logout option, which is simply takes you back to the home page. Now, as we were saying before, there's a caregiver side of the application. So if you're a caregiver, you're going to go to sign up, right? When you get access to the application, you go to sign up, and then you're going to fill in your information. But instead of just filling in and then going to sign up, you're going to select this box that says, I am a caregiver. For this demo, I will not be creating an account. I already have an account that is verified. But if you did, you would have to do similar steps to a baby boomer or a normal user who would have to go to their email, check your spam folder, and verify the account. In my case, I already have an account, so I'm just going to log in real quick. As you can see, boom, I'm logged in, right? So earlier on, when we went to the dashboard on the baby boomer side, right, we wrote an emergency message. And as you can see, it's right here. It says from Adora Cortez, right? So I'm just using the same name, but you would obviously see the baby boomer's name, not mine. And we can see that the severity is mild, and then we get the summary of the emergency. So feeling lightheaded and have a cough, what should I do? So in this way, the person can quickly receive any emergency messages, right away as soon as they log in. It's the first thing they will see. That is the dashboard for the caregiver side. So these are the emergency contacts. We currently have to implement method to remove them, but otherwise this is a very important feature that we hope can save lives, as we can quickly learn of any ailments or issues with their patients. Then there's the recipients page, which is similar to the caregivers page on the baby boomer side, where the recipients are simply people that the caregiver is attending for or have been added by the patients baby boomers. They can easily find them there if you have any patients you're taking care of. And then there's the profile page, which once again is the same as the baby boomer side. On the baby boomer account, you're going to get the same options: emergency contacts, update address, etc., etc. You can delete your account if you don't want to be a caregiver anymore. So it's very easy to use, pretty straightforward, and we try to make it as easy to use for caregivers so they can quickly act in case of an emergency. And those are all the many options, and that is the caregiver side. So once we're done with this, we can go log out, and that is our application. So welcome to the iCare Pro application. Thank you for your time, and I hope you learned something new.